Jung wrote that neurotic suffering is an unconscious fraud and has no moral merit, and that our neurosis must be understood ultimately as the suffering of a soul that has not discovered its meaning. Neurosis in this case means excessive anxiety, depression, and other symptoms typically considered mood disorders. Conversely, James Hollis describes authentic suffering as the suffering that comes with living an engaged life. A life where one takes seriously the responsibilities of society and family, as well as their individual nature. While authentic suffering concerns earnest engagement, neurotic suffering is a product of avoidance. When one retreats from the summons and risks of life. Neurotic suffering can come from ignoring the lack of meaning and banality of your job. It can come from avoiding setting boundaries with friends, family, and coworkers. It can come from a failure of courage to pursue the relationship, lifestyle, or work that is calling you persistently over time. Nietzsche wrote in The Gay Science, "Are our daily habits the product of numberless little acts of cowardice and laziness, or of your bravery and inventive reason? These numberless little acts of cowardice and laziness is the basis of the neurotic symptoms that Jung is condemning." But what then is authentic suffering as described by Dr. Hollis? Authentic suffering is going through the pain of earnest relationship, or going through a divorce when reconciliation is impossible. Authentic suffering can be choosing to live on tight financial constraints and with low social status to pursue a career path that is meaningful. Authentic suffering can be choosing to have the children and family you want, even though it diminishes your lifestyle or provokes anxiety. Authentic suffering is speaking the truth about how you think and feel, even though it might risk your job, your relationship, or your peace. Hollis further said, "Healing will only come from engaging fully in life, not in retreating from it. Heroic engagement over selfish exile." And it's worth noting that being authentic to what is presencing you doesn't mean any specific circumstance or even specific action. Authentic suffering is in wealth or poverty. It is in any action or non-action. The socially anxious extrovert who locks themselves inside on a Friday night, assuaging themselves by claiming introversion, will neurotically suffer. The socially anxious extrovert who goes out despite the painful knot of anxiety in their stomach to meet people at a local show will authentically suffer. This is the suffering we want. This is the suffering that lies along the path to engagement with the world and the embodied meaning of experiencing life. Joseph Campbell once astutely said, "I don't believe people are looking for the meaning of life as much as they are looking for the experience of being alive." And authentic suffering is the suffering involved with the experience of truly being alive.